Something came from Baltimore, Baltimore, Baltimore. Something came from Baltimore, Baltimore, Baltimore.
Welcome to another edition of Something Came from Baltimore. I'm your host, Tom Gauker, and tonight we celebrate the Australian pop rock band that dominated the charts from 1982 to 1992, and that group is called INXS. And while they are defunct after the passing of Michael Hutchinson, their spirits alive and well with Kick, the INXS experience. The band is rolling into town on July 12th at the Rams Head, Annapolis, and I have frontman Corey Massey on the phone to talk about the INXS legacy.
I will believe you if you say it's true. Girl, you know I need you more than any words spoken. I've seen you before.
Corey Massey, welcome to Something Came from Baltimore.
Hey, Tom.
I'd say like I'm an average INXS fan who like love their music, and I'd say in the late 40s or 50s, and you're so much younger. How'd you find your way into the INXS world?
I'm not really that much younger. I'm going to be 49 in a couple weeks. So I grew up with that music. It was all over the radio when I was, in my teens and 20s, and all over MTV, and that was happening. So I've just kind of carried it along with me, like a lot of other good music since then.
Wow, you look a lot younger than so that's pretty good.
Thank you.
Keep it going. Keep it going.
The world is full of rock and roll dreams. For INXS, the dream came true.
There was never any question whether we were going to make it. It was just a matter of time.
INXS is the first non-American group to land 6 consecutive top 10 hits in the Hot 100.
It just got bigger and bigger and bigger.
You were a contestant from Rockstar on 2005, and how was that experience?
It was fun. It was. I'd never been in a music type competition before, so it was different. And I met a lot of like-minded people that were into INXS and music and real passionate about it. So it was a good experience. I was nervous. And, I'd do it again if I could. It was cool.
I remember being a fan of it. I think the supergroup of 4, Supernova, that kind of lasted for one album. I thought it was a great idea. When INXS started, they had females and they had males, and I just felt that the gentleman that they picked kind of looked like Michael Hutchins, and he kind of sang like him, a J.D. Fortune. So it made me think that he was a dead ringer, and it kind of ended up that it was him. When you look back at that show, what was your thoughts of the show?
I have a different viewpoint. I didn't really think that. I thought he was a lot different than Michael Hutchins, and I've never really listened to the stuff that he did with INXS after the fact. I just saw the stuff on the show, but I thought a girl named Delana Smith was going to win it. She's a really great singer. It was just cool to watch it all kind of go down even from a distance. It was fun.
What kind of crowd are you getting? What age is coming in to see you guys?
I would say, between 30 and 60 years old, but a lot of people bring their kids with them, so they get turned on to good music. And, a lot of people actually bring their parents. So there's some people that are in their 70s there, it's a broad range.
We could live
I think they age well. I think most of this stuff is now about 35, 40 years old now. And it's aging really well, where it sounds, great now. And it's also consistent. Like I just was at the grocery store this weekend, and they were playing Devil Inside while I was going up and down the grocery store. So it fits that format. It was just perfect for it.
Sure. Hey, you hear it all over the place, you know?
Well, you come a man with a look in his eye. Fed on nothing but full of pride. Look at them go, look at them kick. Makes you wonder how the other half live. Devil inside, every single one of us. Devil inside, devil inside, devil inside, every single one of us. The devil inside. Oh.
What do you think that the audience is reacting to? What are the hot songs, I guess, that you know that you got them when you play those songs?
I guess what you just said, Devil Inside is real fun. Disappear, people really get into. I could go on and on. I mean, I don't think any of the songs that we do are, they're all on an up note, so the show is really high energy, and, there aren't really any low points where people are looking at their phones or their feet, it's very boppy.
Yeah. Well, that reminds me of, there are some rare cuts. So, are you playing anything from the first album, INXS, or Underneath the Colors, or are you playing anything that's kind of rare at all? And if it is, what are you guys playing?
I guess the deeper cuts we do, I would say, are Just a Man, and there's a song called Searching. It's really nice that, a lot of people haven't heard before. And then we do some of the older stuff, like Just Keep Walking. And words are smooth and talking, shut it, brother, just keep walking. I can't even remember now off the top of my head. I'd have to send you a set list, but it's not all the top 10 kind of hit stuff. There's some stuff that the deeper INXS fan would have definitely heard before. So, kind of pleases all ears, really, a kick show.
Just by going on your website, I could see some videos that you guys are doing, and I felt that your interpretation was awesome. But I realized that these songs are hotter than I thought. Sometimes you're like, oh, INXS catalog. You forget how great they are. But the two songs that I saw that you guys did live was Suicide Blonde. Elegantly Wasted, which I basically forgot about, and it's a great live song. It's done really well.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Yeah, they're great songs. So, as long as we play them well, then they come off good. They're a lot of fun.
Now, I have this theory. I was listening to Pandora nonstop for INXS, and I really, I was raised in that time period. I love INXS, so it was a pleasure. But I was looking at the way that the songs are structured, where I felt like the lead guitar player just had a really quick riff, like na 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 na, and the rhythm guitar was just going to town, like kind of adding a lot more color. Then when it came to like where a guitar solo was in the song, that's where the sax came in. And then this is my theory. I felt like that the lead guitar had the easiest job of the whole band, just because they're just doing quick riffs. What's your thought on that? On this whole idea?
Well, I don't think really any INXS song is easy to play. I think if you're just a listener, it sounds like they're simple pop songs, but there's so many layers and there's so many, textures in these songs. No two guitar sounds are ever alike, and the arrangements are, usually if you think of a simple song arrangement, it's, verse, chorus, lead, chorus, done. And a lot of INXS songs are not like that. There's always a different kind of twist to them. And, Andrew Farris, he's a genius of a songwriter, and he comes up with some things from left field that they're just mind-blowing, really cool stuff. So I guess, in short, the guitar parts, to me, aren't that simple. And they're pretty complex, really, not just a regular rock guitar player can really grasp that stuff. And this I know for a fact, because we've auditioned guitar players in the past that came in thinking, this would be a really easy gig, and they're way off the mark, So that's my take on it.
So these songs are universal, so you don't really sit there and look at them like a piece of art anymore, because they're just woven into the fabric of pop music. But by, really deciphering them, you were like, wow, they were really creative. And that's the reason why they stuck around. No, they didn't sound like anyone else. They were themselves.
No,
and that's
absolutely.
I have a theory about artists like Al Green just sounded like himself. Sade sounds like herself. They become universal in time because they're not copying anyone. They're who they are.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for a tribute band, you're more on the mark than not. Do you feel like you have to channel any of his mannerisms or his stage presence of the past?
Not so much. I mean, Michael Hutchence is a guy that broke the mold, so there's really only one of him, and we don't try to really mimic anyone's stage presence or mannerisms, things like that. It's more in the spirit of.
I want to play around with a top 10 just to run through your INXS trivia. All right, so we're going to do this. Let's do this. So how many official lead singers were there after Michael Hutchence passed?
3.
Do you have all the names?
I don't. Just J.D. Fortune.
Because it doesn't matter what you find. It ain't pretty.
That's one. John Stevens was first, and Carrion Cribben, who never recorded with them. And that was the end of INXS after that. What is the name of the U2 song that was rumored to be about Michael Hutchence?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's okay. Sometimes you can't make it on your own. What instrument does Gary Beers play?
Bass.
Awesome. There you go. Paula Yates was married to Michael Hutchence. Who else was Paula Yates married to?
Bob Geldof.
There you go. Another one. Did INXS play in Live Aid?
I think they played in the Australian Live Aid. They didn't do the one in the States in Philadelphia or Wembley. I think that they played on an Australian stage. So technically, yes.
Yep, you're right. They played in the Australian version called Oz for Africa, and INXS was the headliner. They simulcast the performance at the Wembley Stadium.
Gotcha.
What techno dance band was Michael Hutchence the singer during INXS?
Max Q.
Good job.
You are born into this world, looking down the barrel of a gun, and those who hold a gun want you to work fast and die young. And if you don't work, if you don't obey, they'll make you live in fear till your dying day.
You're getting good. What is the name of the album that has the single Just Keep Walking?
I don't recall. I'm sorry.
It's the very first one, just INXS.
Oh, okay. I love that song, by the way.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
do
it's
that song. Yeah, it's fun.
It's an awesome song. It's and it's a little punky. You know, it came out in 1980. Video for the song Mediate was copied from what Bob Dylan song?
I don't remember.
Subterranean Homesick Blues.
Ah.
Yeah. What's the title of the 1991 live INXS album called?
Live Baby Live.
That's right. What's the INXS biggest selling album in America?
Kick.
There you go. You did it. Where would someone want to get a hold of you or your band?
Go to Facebook, just type in Kick, the INXS Experience, or website is www.get-kicked.com.
Perfect. Thank you, Corey Massey from Kick, the INXS Experience, for coming to Something Came from Baltimore.
Thank you, Tom. Hope to see some people at Ram's Head on stage July 12th. It'll be a fun night. Looking forward to it.
Be prepared to stand and dance.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
A lot of dancing.
Something came from Baltimore, Baltimore, Baltimore. Something came from Baltimore, Baltimore, Baltimore.
To moderate, recreate, detonate, annihilate, atomic fate, mediate, clear the slate, activate, now radiate, a perfect state of complete, gravitate, the earth's soulmate, designate, lover's fate, at 98 we all rotate, hallucinate, desegregate, mediate, alleviate, try not to hate, love your mate, suffocate on your own hate, designate.